Oh, wow. We start recording. You just start giggling.
No.
That's not how this works. I mean, first,
Captain of the Royal Marines.
Before we kick off, we've got to give the shout out.
Oh yeah,
Yesterday was
1 year.
1 year since we lost Jo.
Yeah,
which is this guy right here.
Not great.
Our big boy.
Yeah,
our big strong boy from Australia that does triple backflips on a dirt bike.
Yeah,
yeah. Nobody can do that. Only him and one other person in the entire world has ever. Two.
Yeah,
him and two others.
Yeah.
So did he spine again? Did
he? He did. He was training on his triples with an electric bike and missed the airbag. Yeah. Not conducive.
Yeah, not a great way.
This is his helmet from X Games where he took third place for best trick. And then he drove here to hang out with you and me for a week.
Hang out. Yeah, it was great.
And he presented us this helmet in the bar.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So, yes, the set is also, highly dedicated to him. We miss him. Mm-hmm. Love him a lot.
Yeah, he was awesome. Yeah.
We have a guest today.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hear you speak, honestly.
Okay, you just lucky two dudes, aren't you? May I say?
Yeah, and everybody else listening. Yeah.
Your background is just
let's do this in order.
Yeah,
okay. You mentioned we have a guest. That's good. You're on track.
Okay.
Now let's hear his name.
Yeah.
So what does it do? Do we introduce? You introduce?
Yeah. Your full actor name.
Yeah.
My name's Tip Cullen. I'm an actor and a former Royal Marines Commando.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Live like kings, we kill like demons. We drink like Vikings, and we fuck like rabbits.
What? Why does he have a cool...
That's
cool. Why does he have... What is that, a stance? What is that called?
Yeah,
a stanza of a poem?
A stanza? Like a credo?
No, I could do Shakespeare. When in disgrace of fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate.
Dude, people are driving right now with chills.
Yeah.
Dude. When you introduce yourself, you're just like, my name's Jared, I have coffee.
Yeah.
I know.
You don't have a fucking amazing
credo.
Yeah, poetry.
A poem.
Yeah, it's...
Dude, you're redefining... Well, first off, why'd you just attack me? He doesn't even say anything. He just shrugs. He's like, I'm Caleb.
Like, wow.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to say anything. He has Caleb presence.
Yeah, come on.
Caleb presence isn't a thing.
It's here.
It's twice as much presence as anybody else has.
Yeah.
Fuck. Caleb presence is a thing.
It's a thing, dude.
How big do you think he is?
Try to sit next to him on an airplane and say he doesn't have
He's
Caleb
a big
presence.
unit. He's a unit.
Yeah. Did you see some of those sandbags out there that you're like, who the fuck is lifting these?
I seen his hogs out there, and I was like going, and I said to you, Jared, I said, who owns these? They're Caleb's.
When he says hogs, I think he means motorcycles.
Yeah, he knows. He knows the correct term.
Just be cranking
those hogs out there, dude.
You've got that. That is spread like wildfire now, by the way.
Dude, it's been going...
Cranking hogs is now...
It was a fairly used term. And then that band, Bill Murray, has a song about it that's like kind of popularized it more. And I've like used it a lot for years. I'm glad to see it going around the way that it should be.
The way that it should be.
Yeah.
Well, Tip Cullen, the whole reason you're in the United States right now, because you flew in from London yesterday, is crazy story, 3 weeks ago.
Not that crazy. Pretty average story.
For who?
For you. For what you do.
For what I know now, it's pretty normal.
Yeah, normal everyday Jared stuff.
I am in my house on a Friday night, and I go on the Apple store to see if there was any new releases, and boom, there's this brand new release called Sunray Fallen Soldier, and it's got the summary right there that's like a prior commando, Royal Marine Commandos daughter gets done wrong by a drug organization, and he calls his whole team to handle it. And I was like, I want to watch this. So I bought it full price, not even rent. Bought the whole thing. I bought it.
I like that. I like hearing things like that. That's
but also, I like the collection.
On a whim, he bought it.
Like the summary, that's it. I didn't even watch the trailer.
Yeah.
I bought the movie just off of the summary.
No,
So go back and tip your movie poster guy.
Yeah.
I thought it was because he's seen my beautiful.
I think that's what it was.
Head.
Yeah.
It was your head with the helmet and the nods,
hair.
and then this movie opens up with bad drug guys trying to do bad drug things, and all of a sudden the power is cut, and here comes 3 perfect operatives with amazing up-to-date CQB tactics, just executing this entire place full of these people. And like I got the feeling like when I watched Heat for the first time of like, oh my God, the gun sounds, the tactics, what they're doing is perfect. It's exactly what I've seen in real life. Like, this is so cool. And to watch, I love watching an unprepared organization come to head with people that know what they're doing. And again, within the first 5 minutes, I was like, this is going to be the greatest movie ever. So I watched the entire movie. I look at the credits and I Instagram message everybody that's in the movie.
Yeah. Classic.
Classic Jared dating move.
And it landed in my in tray going, oh, who's
Yeah.
this? Jared, Black Rifle Coffee. I've heard about them. Oh, that's quite cool. You know, this, that. And then we linked up and that was great. But even when you talk about that was, in a way, the way I got pulled into Sunray as well. It was just that little hook. And I got a phone call going, hey, Tip, I hear you're an actor now, but we're thinking of doing something about our people. And I was like going, I'm in.
Did you know that millions of Americans suffer from bland food every day? Firecracker Farm is here to help with hot salt. Go to firecracker.farm and use code MILK to upgrade basically everything you eat today. That's firecracker.farm, code MILK.
And that was it. And it was before just the flavor and the sense of it, all of it and all the things you spoke about there, we take as second nature. Everything about it, the mental health, and whether that was real or unreal, what you've seen, that's the important thing about Sunray. That's a story because it's in people's minds. And I think that's the wonder of it, the depth of it.
Also, I mean, it was a perfect casting decision to have you as the lead and then the guys as the rest, because you really fall in. I think for civilians and anybody watching it, they fall into the natural leadership of the team leader. Yeah. And those guys are looking to you for the plan, the leadership. Yeah. Hey, what are we doing next? And like, that was cool.
But that's Sunray, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if you guys stateside, but for us, Sunray he's the head of whatever your subunit is. So if a team, Sunray is the team leader. If it's a company or a battalion level or commando unit level, Sunray would be the commanding officer.
Oh, that's a term.
So Sunray is, so even remember, if somebody said, Sunray's down, that means the commander's been taken out. So Sunray, and it wasn't, we take that for granted being military, but Sunray's also is that, you know, that cloudy day and you see the sunlight, the Sunray beam out, and it's just hope and wonder that the bad weather's coming to an end.
Yeah.
So it's got all those sort of metaphors as well, but it's Sunray he's the leader, and it's that it's a parental thing as well as a leadership thing. It's a parental thing. So you're well, I always thought, even through my whole time in the Marines, when you're Sunray or you're the leader, you're the parent of that subunit. So you're the dad or the dad of your section, of your troop.
And that is exactly like how the casting
That's so cool.
Came out. But also too is I didn't even learn the story until I started looking for you guys. So I watched the movie and I just think it's an awesome movie and I want to say hi and when can we hang out? But then I get the Wikipedia comes up of Sunray and it's like all prior Royal Marine. So then for me, I'm like, holy shit, this is what we did. Like with Range 15. I was like, this is a bunch of British Royal Marines that got out, got into acting, and now they've made their own film. So yes.
They did it really good though.
They did.
It's really good looking.
It's a really good movie. I'm saying.
No dicks got ripped off.
No, but I like yours, and I watched your documentary for your film, and I was just going, I'm watching that. You have to admit, you think we were on a parallel journey.
Yes.
But everything you done, obviously on a grander, I'd say bigger scale, but everything you did was exactly us. It was about our people. It was about human beings. It was about making the story, about veterans getting in the weeds and doing it, and everything, and the story of the of the people and what they'd done and the much they committed to it was such a. It's bonkers, isn't it? Because it was parallel, but it was exactly that was the journey.
Once I read that story, that's why I wanted to get a hold of you guys so bad, because it was like you did what we did, so we're now 2 of 2.
Yeah.
Did you guys have,
we seem to fit like a glove, don't we?
Did you guys have a similar story as far as like figuring out how to make a movie, or did you have that part figured out and you just got the right team together to make it?
Well, I mean, because we're trained as actors as well, so we know how to work in a film, you know, in the industry, but also what's the makeup of a film, you know, the depth behind the camera as well as in front of the camera. So we understood that. The guys that created it, Dan and James, who unfortunately never got out to the States with us, they are really the talent behind the magic. So when you're shooting with digital media, you see it. There's just, you've got a DP or a director who really understands that media and how you can use it and what way light works with it, what way sound works with it. These guys get it. And that's that little unknown magic where talented people have it. You can get it from experience, but when you've got that talent to start with, and these guys, Dan and James, have got that, and they're rolling with it. And when I seen the magic they'd done, when we shot the crowdfunder video, and we shot that in 20 hours, and that was, if you weren't acting, you were running with a boom. If you weren't running with a boom, you were making the coffees. You know what I mean? So there was all different things. We done it. If it wasn't there.
But that's it. The path is the same exact thing. You had Dan and James approach you guys with this script and this idea and this dream, and you shot a video that was for your crowdfunding campaign, and then you crowdfunded the movie, and you went and made the movie and released the movie, and now it's on Amazon and on iTunes.
And I'm sitting in Texas talking to you, Jared. This is wonderful. Isn't it? I mean, I never thought that on a dodgy Irishman ends up with like, I'm sitting there cheering the fact with Caleb talking about his motorbikes. Heaven. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so cool.
Magic.
But this is how it should be with us.
This is how he does it all the time.
I know that now.
This is how I ended up here. Was like, I mean, I didn't make a movie, but yeah, it's literally the same way. This is how Jared has collected all these people, and most people know that like you are who has brought like everyone together here, like the whole fucking like company, like that's all been brought together by you. So
magician.
Yeah.
Well, I just like creative people to be.
Yeah.
And I know the strength when you're around other creatives. And I think that's what's overlooked by most people when they start this journey. They think that it's going to be alone. It's like, no. When you're next to somebody that has good ideas too, the ideas keep getting one up. The amount of times, like I have been physically injured to where I've separated a rib because we were laughing. So what was that? Travis Pastrana clam chili?
Chili, dude. we were, God. Oh.
Travis Pastrana's Dollar General brand clam chili.
We should at least make something of that someday. Even if we get a cease and desist from Dollar General.
We were just in the kitchen talking about...
We were just coming up with like new sponsors, like for... No, that was when we were out cooking for Travis. Because we made clams and we also made chili that day. Like I made like 1,000 things that day. And I was like, because Travis wanted chili or something. I was like, do you want some clams in your chili, Travis? And then we just started popping off on it. And he was like, I don't know what's going on. But
we were just looking... Stitches.
So stupid.
That horse meat brand cheese company.
A lot of horse stuff. Yeah, we come up with a lot of products. Yeah. But yeah, that's like it just is when you have, like you said, when you get these like-minded people together that have some kind of creativity, the creativeness just explodes. It's gnarly.
But everything you said there, but it's the fun.
Yeah.
It's that joy. It's that creative. I mean, I think from our backgrounds, we're not really considered the creative types, are we? Because we're service people. We're from the system.
Structured.
We're structured.
Sir.
Yeah. And like, what a crock of shite that isn't it? Really, we are some of the people I grew up with in the Marines are some of the most creative people and funniest people I know, and they've just got that magic and that you must have that is.
Well, you know why?
You had that life experience and put it in with that creativity.
Because
it's wonderful.
When you are in the military, you have to survive on your creativity because you're never given the amount of ammo that you need. You're never given the gear you need. You're never given the time you need. Like you're never in an overabundance of resources in the military.
You're always in debt.
They're like, hey, we need you to build a ladder to the sun, and you have a roll of tape and a cane.
And everyone looks at each other going,
Okay.
and again, it happens, doesn't it? It happens.
And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're done with the ladder. And they're like,
What?
good.
You're like, why do we do that to ourselves?
But
We do
honestly, I'm very excited for the next few days because you guys are here till Wednesday. It's only Saturday right now.
Yeah.
But to take advantage of having you, a trained actor that has your look and everything, like there is 1,000.
I've already got a couple, like really good.
Like,
Be gentle with me.
I've already got a couple.
him being mad at you, like the principal or your dad.
Well, were you in the? You were in the meeting yesterday, right? Or were you in that meeting? So I've got. Can I talk about it? Like we're gonna, a video I want to do. Yeah. So like we're gonna do. Well, that one's fun.
Okay.
But we were talking about some more videos that we want to do, like while we got all the Black Rifle stuff going on. And I was like, okay, let me ask you this: do you guys do like English breakfasts or anything like that? Is that like a common thing for you guys?
Of course.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's and obviously that's like very confusing to a lot of people in the U.S. Like a lot of the things are like what? Like a lot of it's familiar, but some of the things like the blood pudding and the beans and things like people like it's very odd for a lot of us. But like obviously it makes sense. I get it. But we should try and make that while you guys are here one day too, like a nice version of it and see what you think. Or you should let
black
me
pudding or white pudding.
Yeah, you should let me cook for you guys some while y'all are here.
Are you kidding?
No.
Their whole crew are like obsessed with food because the food sucks in the UK.
Okay.
I'm not sorry for saying that.
Okay, hey, what should I make? What's something that I make that you really like that you think they would
Honestly,
like?
we should probably just do a Thanksgiving for them.
A Thanksgiving? I mean, that would be hilarious.
I mean, why don't we film
Just do a Thanksgiving for you guys.
Well, Thanksgiving's a bit like a Sunday dinner, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
a Thanksgiving for you has your banana pudding.
Yeah, I do the
It
banana-
has your stuffing.
My
It has
stuffing,
yours turkey.
The turkey,
and you could do your
stuffing. I can do the mac and cheese,
and then
I can
you could do the cheesesteak sliders.
Yeah, I could do with that meal.
What?
I think maybe that a different. note.
Okay.
Don't
Is
you
that
dare leave
double
out deviled
entendre?
eggs.
Yeah, that's a lot. But yeah.
If you did them at Thanksgiving, because I got them fillets last night from the
Yeah,
butcher.
hilarious. Yeah.
And they were like,
Good
I've
time.
never had steak like this.
Dude. Yeah. Okay. I need to think of some things I can make while you guys are here.
We should do ribs.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we
ribs.
should do ribs.
I could do. You guys ever do? What is it? Bone marrow. You guys ever frig with bone marrow?
It's the American thing. It's the old like classic. Like, what way do you want your steak? And it's sort of like just as long as you cut its horns off and wipe its ass.
Yeah.
I'll be happy.
Oh, happy,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That's generally we eat a lot of dead flesh over here, don't we?
Oh yeah. Every day. Yeah.
So really, for me, it's like being on holiday. 'Cause you do all those. I mean, those steaks we had last night were. They were divine. They were divine. Like I mean, but
Okay.
This is
cool. Cool. Yeah, dude. There's like I could do a lasagna, or
Oh
I
my
could
God.
do.
Honestly,
yeah. There's a lot of things
we
I
should
could
do it
make,
all.
man. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Because that's the thing. All of them they want to eat. while
Yeah,
they're here.
and I love to
And I don't
cook.
want to
Like,
take them
I
out.
cook and bake
Yeah.
like all the time, so that's like one of my things. So that'll be fun.
I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah. Do you guys like desserts at all? Is that like a thing you guys are interested in?
It depends how much I lean into the main course.
Yeah.
You lean into the main course.
Well,
and
yeah,
you get,
yeah.
You're like, and then all of a sudden you're going, wafer thin mint. You're like,
Okay. All right. Cool. But yeah, the idea was it was going to be like probably you full English breakfast, and I'm like just kind of watching you eat all this, and we're gonna like overplay it a lot. Like you're gonna have a breakfast, and it's gonna you be like dumping a huge can of beans like onto like your breakfast, like literally smacking like a gallon of beans.
but then we could have like a blazing saddle sketch where everyone's farting and going, more beans, Mr. Taggart. Well, I think you boys have had enough.
Yeah, literally, like you just being like, bring more beans, and it's like me and Heather with either coffee or like the energy drink or something, and he's like, "You guys want it?" And it's just like spoons and spoons of beans on like I was thinking like a lot of toast, a lot of beans, and
our
then
guy for this.
and then it's like a lot of it, and I'm like,
His accent, everything is going to be perfect. Yeah, just
I'm
need
not,
more
all I'm
beans.
saying is, I sort of flew into the States at a crusty old like Royal Marines Commando type dude.
Yeah.
And then I'll fly off again. Either I'll need to be underslung on the jet or else I'll be like Jabba the Hutt off Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Wait, can you give us a quick audition? I want you to look at him and be like, I need more beans.
Yeah.
Can I have some more beans?
That'd be fun. Yeah, especially if it's
Oliver, no. Please, sir, can I have some more?
yeah.
Can I have some more
A
beans?
full plate of beans.
Oops, just
and
beans.
And it's literally just like me and Heather, or like whatever. Like we have a coffee or an energy drink, and I'm like, no, this is all I need for breakfast. And then that's like, it's like literally just us watching this happen while we're like drinking our coffee and being like,
I'm gonna need more beans.
more beans.
Like that?
More beans.
Yeah. It's just going on and on. And we're like, no, I'm okay. And then, hard cut to whatever we want to say, and then graphics.
What about the old coffee tea thing? Cup of tea.
Absolutely that.
Or
Yep.
coffee.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
behind them.
Yeah. Absolutely. We got to play into that, the tea and coffee. Yeah, this will be fun.
There's 100.
Yeah,
There's 100
easy.
here.
Have you never tasted the black pudding or pig's blood?
Yeah. No, I've never had it.
It is quite tasty. It's quite Moorish. If you're a vegetarian, it's fucking nightmare, isn't it? Really?
Is it like, what is it? What could you compare that to? Like liver or something, maybe?
It is a bit like that, but it's also
It's pig's blood pudding.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like congealed.
black pudding.
Yeah, it's black pudding. It's just a black square of blood, basically.
It's like when you said you haven't tasted haggis before. Haggis neeps and tatties.
You've had haggis.
Oh yeah, I love haggis, but haggis is a sheep's stomach with different
The
bits.
heart,
of
liver,
barley
and lungs
Yeah.
Yeah, but
boiled in its own stomach, right?
But yeah, it's in a sheep's stomach, but it's like there's also I think there's oats and things that put into the makeup. I'm not a haggis maker, but I do love me haggis. And neeps and tatties are turnips and potatoes, so they call it neeps and tatties.
Bangers and mash.
And that's
Okay, what's
Bangers and mash.
Bubbles and Squeak? What is that?
Bubbles and Squeak. That's basically the arse end of your what do you call it? Thanksgiving meal.
Okay.
What
I am a nicotine user these days, and I never thought I would be until I actually tried some nice ones, and that is by Lucy. These are so good. It comes in 6, 8, and 12 milligram pouches, but the breakers are my favorite. They have like a little capsule inside that you pop. It releases a bunch of flavors. They've got the mint, which is one of my favorites, berry citrus, another favorite. Crazy. Like, I've tried so many other nicotine pouches, and a lot of them I'm not a fan of. But if you are a nicotine pouch user, check these out. And if you do, go to lucy.co/pie, and you'll save 20% on your order. That should be applied there already, but if not, use code PIE. And for legal reasons, Lucy products are for adults only of the legal age and age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine, which is a very addictive chemical.
whatever's left over, your veg, your potatoes, whatever else. Now, you obviously mix that all together, make it into little sort of veggie pies, and that's your bubble and squeak type thing. That's as I understand it as well.
Okay. Bubbles and Squeak.
Bubbles and squeak.
Okay.
Is that a reference to the food itself or the noises that you're making after
Yeah.
you eat it?
Oh no! But if you think about it, if you layer it with the beans first, then you're
That's the
then your-
bubbles.
Wait, there's beans in this?
then your
There's always
Thanksgiving
beans.
thing, and then your bubble and squeak. There'll be a lot of bubble and squeak.
Okay, so it's a fart show.
It's a fart show, and you must admit, fart shows is comedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody laughs at fart jokes. Anyone that doesn't laugh at fart jokes are a prude.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's how a lot of my career was made, was fart jokes. So,
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It's the best.
Bubbles and squeaks.
Bubbles and Squeak.
Bubbles and squeaks.
Yeah,
You can make a song.
Yeah,
you could.
apparently.
Put that in AI real quick.
I don't know. You want me to read a message that I sent to somebody on Hinge yesterday?
Oh, no. Yeah.
I showed them. I came across this account that's really funny. This guy that just says all this fucking crazy shit. So I opened up Hinge, which I haven't opened up in a long time, and just matched with the first person. And I said, what's up, Finna Shorty? Just looking for someone that wants to go full bake sale on my cake pot while I'm that quality chief squatting chode Riz piss. Let me know.
Oh, you're doing some brain rot. Oh, you hit her.
What's brain rot?
You hit her with brain rot. Like
brain rot?
That's what that kind of talk is referred to as.
Is that's what it's
brain
called?
rot. Yeah, it's like the new age slang, like
It's like a new age wind talker. Is it
yeah,
wind talker?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they could use them in the military for sure, saying that kind of stuff. Yeah,
No response.
yeah, I'm sure she probably read it and was like, what? She's like Googling all this stuff. Or she played a show like her
I guarantee she
12-year-old
said that-
son or
she
something.
said that to fucking 80 people, dude.
Yeah, what does this mean? What
You
does
want to
it
go
mean?
full
Like,
bake sale?
The only acceptable response to that is, "Hey, chat, translate."
Yeah. Chat clip
Go
it.
full bake sale on my cake pot?
Say again, over.
That's. I think that's just the definition of brain rot. Is you have a little bit of slang, but you just push it.
It is.
way
That's,
too far.
That's what it is. It's
I
like,
didn't even know it was defined.
yeah, it's called brain
I'm
rot.
going to ask Rock
There's
right
a-
now.
there's
What is
a-
brain rot?
Yeah, get him and he'll tell you a good. There's a guy that I follow on a lot of stuff, and he is super, super funny, and that's a lot of his stuff. He does it with his kid, and they'll reenact a lot of it. They're really funny skids.
So Grok is like the best at just
crazy.
asking anything you want. Like I the other night I was like, how long do I have to cook sausage for? And then I undercook it and I fucking got real sick.
Grok told you undercooked sausage. He
Well,
gave you bad
I
advice.
didn't ask Grok until after I had ate it.
Why did you need it to know how long to cook sausage though?
Because it was weird that the middle of the sausage was really gooey, but I just thought that was the style or something.
No, was it pork?
Yeah.
That's no. You don't ever want gooey pork.
No?
No.
Were you shitting through the eye of a needle afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I put a lot of siracha and barbecue sauce on it because I thought that would make it better.
So not only were you shitting through the eye of a needle, you had to put your toilet paper into the freezer.
It's
It
hot.
hurt. Yeah, it was really hot.
So the main takeaway here is let Caleb cook for
Yeah.
you, not Jared.
Mostly let me cook for you. Has he got
wow.
you any gruel yet?
Brain rot is a slang term that's popped up a lot lately, especially online. It's used to describe a mental fog or, oh, this isn't it.
No.
It says people usually tie it to over-consuming mindless content.
Yeah.
Endless scrolling through TikTok, binge-watching low-effort YouTube videos. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Stuff that makes you feel dumber.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's real.
You don't have to do any sort of like thought process. You just take
You
on.
see it, and you're taking it in within a moment because that's all that is required.
But anyway, you have an amazing story. I mean,
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? Well, where should I start?
well, I mean, yeah. Well, tell us what Normandy was like.
Right. Obviously, I'm not. See, this is the youth in our team, which is it's a very eclectic team that we have. But in the team, I was in the Marines before any of those young souls were born. So
But at least I called somebody last night that you still predated him by 1 year.
No, by 3 years.
Oh, okay. By 3 years.
So I'd already done a few operational tours before he actually had the kahunas to actually go into the careers office and join up. You know what I mean? So as he said, he had it's a classic saying. He had more balls than a Claymore mine. That's a lot of balls.
That's a lot.
You need to remember that one.
yeah, that's fun.
That guy
Yeah,
has more balls than a Claymore mine.
He's got more balls
that's
than a Claymore mine. He's got more neck than 1,000 giraffes.
Okay.
Do like
That feels like that's like a good term for getting something from a girl. Yeah.
That girl's
She
got
gave
more
me more
neck.
neck than 1,000 giraffes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good term.
Deepthroat.com.
Yeah.
She's got more neck than 1,000 giraffes.
That's a fun.
Probably, I mean, probably not the old. You got more balls than a Claymore mine. But
That's a good compliment.
So that was what, 86?
86, yeah. I had an epiphany no, I didn't. It all started really not then, but when I was about 5 years old in Ireland, and from
Training to be a terrorist?
Well, no. That was in the family, but I had a bit of a maybe deranged. I seen something that in the papers when I was about 5 or 6 years old to be a Royal Marines Commando, and I applied to join when I was 5 or 6. They sent me all the magazines and that, but they said I was too young. Their loss at the time.
Would have been a great Marine at 6.
Yeah, no, I had it in my head, I think.
Yeah.
But my parents and that, they thought, you'll grow out of it, don't worry about that. And then when I finished school, I went from picking up my exam results, which I really didn't pay much attention to, and I walked straight down the careers office and went, I want to join the Royal Marines, I want to be a commando. And they went, okay, right, you need all this documentation. You're a junior, so your parents need to sign this. I'm going, no, I don't need any of that. I'm joining. Okay. And the first thing they do is, right, you have to do 5 pull-ups. It's in the careers office. They got a pull-up bar going, and you have to do at least 5. And they're going, if you could do that, they're going, okay, maybe we'll have a look at you. Obviously, at that time, remember, I was a civilian. And like 5 pull-ups was like, I know, it sounds terrible, but it was at the time. But I'd done them, and they said, well, get your parents to sign this. At the time, because of who I was and where I lived, I couldn't really trumpet about becoming a Royal Marines Commando. So I had I spoke to my mum and said, right, Mum, I'm joining the Marines. Does your father know about this, Thomas? And I'm going, well, you'll have to sign it as well. So my dad looked at me and went, I'm not having a son of mine join the Commandos. And he walked out to work, and he was a docker. And when I joined the Marines, everyone went, oh, your father's a doctor. I'm going, no, a docker. Worked on the boats, you know. You know what I mean? So, and he went off to the docks and worked on Belfast docks. And but he signed for me. And that's probably one of the bravest, and supportive things I think a parent could do, where we lived at the time.
And what was going on? Like, I don't think people understand
family and
the division
the
of this,
yeah.
like the politics involved,
Yeah.
because, the history and everything of, hey, we do not salute anyone under the crown. Fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, but for me it was, and it wasn't. And the troubles in Irish history is a very, very sad time. I mean, war is horrible anyway, but when it's in your own land and your own island, it is really, really sad. And for them to allow me to escape, and to be honest, it's not like a walk in the park. When you're going to join the Royal Marine Commandos, it's not like it'll happen. You have to really focus, and very few people get through the process. Yeah. But they let me do it, and they had the confidence that I was going to do it anyway. So that's where my adventure began. So
what was the reception like, though, once you were there? Was there some pushback of...
Oh, no, well, obviously I couldn't. I was very discreet when I left Ireland, and I never told anyone, only my family, my immediate family. And then I arrived in England, young Irish.
Yeah, but they could hear you.
Oh, yeah, they could hear me all right. But when I joined in England, let's just say I had extra special treatment because I was an Irish Catholic joining the Marines. And I loved it. I thrived on it. I loved the challenge. I loved the physical aspect. It's an incredible
proving people
thing.
wrong.
What's that?
Proving people wrong. Where it's like, hey, everybody's doing 6 laps, you're doing 8. You're like, fine.
No, yeah, you just got to keep doing it. But you do, don't you? I just love the whole thing, the adventure that I'd set myself on and the goal I wanted. It was like a destiny type thing. So this was what I had to do. And luckily I had support enough from my immediate family to let me do it. And that was it. So I joined up in 86 and I was very, very lucky to, active duty wise, I joined up as a Marine, and I had 30 years of a roller coaster on operations, on exercises all around the world, every environment.
You got out of school and you went straight to the Falklands, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Falklands had happened. I joined straight, not long afterwards. So all my instructors, my corporals, and I had all been in the Falklands War. There was a lot of experience there, and what the Marines done, the Royal Marines done in the Falklands, or the Malvinas, because later in my career, when I became an actor, I'd done a play about the Falklands with Falkland veterans and Malvinas veterans, Argentinian veterans, in Buenos Aires, the 40th anniversary of things. So I performed on a stage in Buenos Aires doing a play about the war 40 years after the conflict in Argentina. And that was it was an emotional trip. And the people I met were so incredible. And it's such another sad thing that happened about 2, wonderful countries who ended up in conflict together, which is, it's extremely sad. But, I've got people, they're friends now in Argentina, that are like brothers to me, and sisters who are incredible.
That's wild.
Yeah, so then back to me and back to the story. But then I joined the Corps, done all that. Very, very lucky. As every person here can say, we survived, we got through it. A lot of our friends didn't make it, but we made it at the end. So doing what I do now, and then the epiphany moment happened after 30 years in the Marines, and I'm wearing my reading glasses. And at the time, I was in the same commando unit as one of my sons. And I was going, I need to do something else. I was looking at a computer screen. I joined up to be a commando. Lucky I had a long time of playing commandos and doing commandos. And then I said I needed to do something else. And the best part of my life in the forces was, we call it the dits. We call it the dits. The dits is an old naval term for the story. You're a dit spinner, you're a storyteller. So for me, it was all about the stories and the people that made those stories, and they were the best people in the service. So when I thought, what am I going to do? I'm going to be a storyteller. So I went to university and looked at creative writing, and which I wanted to do. I wanted to be a storyteller. But then there was this, with the Actors Wheel in the university, the actor training, there was a degree course in acting. And I thought, that is the way we tell our stories. And you think about what we spoke about, what you've done as well, that is very much our creative ways. It's us. We're the performer. We're the operator. That's what we do. And that was my path, and that's what I done. I trained as an actor for 3 years, not leaving the corps fully. I done near 30 years active duty service, and then my closest friend went, "You need to go straight in the reserves and do seamless transfer, go straight in the reserves because you need that." I said, "No, I don't. I've done my time as a Marine." He said, "No, you need that." So I done that, and I had that as my sort of backup. Because you think, I'm 47 years old, I'm training as an actor, and all my wonderful young colleagues are between 18 and 23, and their, should we say, their life trauma at that time, which I'd done obviously a whole lifetime before, wasn't my trauma. So I needed to be able to back away and go and mingle with gnarly, stinking, smelly old Marines and still chew the fat with them, and then I can bounce back in and into my acting life. So that helped my transition from being a service person into being a civilian and an actor. Trained as an actor, and that's what I do now. So theatre, film, if you need.
You do a lot of theatre.
You what?
Like last night, you do a lot of theatre.
Yeah, I do. I love theatre, but I think as an actor, theatre is the actor's medium. Film, I feel, is the director or the DP, director's medium. So you think about it, when we shoot anything, you guys have directed. When you shoot anything, you're going, yeah, I like that, but do it different. Stop that, do that. But the actor never owns it. It's when the director decides, he goes, that's theatre. In theatre, you do all your rehearsals, you get your notes, you do it, you get it, your journey, you get on that stage and you come off at the end of the performance. If you could, at any point in that time, you could do whatever you want. But you don't, because you play the journey and you have to do it. And even if you mess up, it's never captured. As soon as even if you do film as an actor's medium, say a director's medium, as soon as you do film, you're forever on that screen, whether it's a silver screen or whether it's on the TV, it's always you. And no matter what, the director owns you at that time. You give your whole heart and part to be that character, but the director owns it. And when you do something, and even if you don't feel it's you or your character, if the director's happy, he's the one that has the say. Whereas an actor on stage, he owns it while he's on stage. The director afterwards will go, you done that, but you should have done that, to give you notes. He can give me notes, but I'm still going to be on the stage doing the next thing, and it's all different. So once you do that, it happens in an instant, disappears that night. Next time you're doing it, it's, you could be different, a whole different. And also the energy as well. Knowing when you're on theatre and stage, one night you really think you're not playing your character well, yet you get a standing ovation. Next night you think you're on point, you're doing well, but the energy, human energy, there's a clap. But they don't get. It wasn't the same as the energy the night. It's the miracle of human beings, and that's why I think AI and all that and all the things in the world of technology, it moves forward. That human thing where you perform as a human is wonderful. You can even feel the energy. If you close your eyes, you can feel all of that energy, and I love that in theatre. But when it comes to film, it's a completely different discipline, and for an actor, it's extremely hard. For me, acting on film is so much harder. And it's you listen to all the classic actors, less is more. And one of my best ones, we were talking to Heather last night, we were talking about it. It's the old, one of my lecturers, Amanda, she's one of Amanda Collins, she's from Wicklow in Ireland, and she's my lecturer, a dramaturg. And I remember we were doing Shakespeare, and I got up and I just started doing my bit in Shakespeare. I was doing a monologue from Romeo and Juliet. And she went, right, Tip, just stop. Why are you talking in that stupid accent? And I was like, but it's Shakespeare. They talk posh in Shakespeare, don't they? And she said, no, they talk the way they talk. But also she said, and another thing, will you stop fucking acting? And I sort of looked at her going, what do you mean stop acting? But I'm an actor. She goes, stop acting, be. You've got to be. And that's it. It's a very different thing. A change transforms you and you become, you don't act. It's a classic. Anybody, if you say, right, you're acting, do this, all of a sudden they transform and they start acting. You're going to stop. You've got to be. And again, it happens the same. When it comes to film, you've got to take all that, the energy and all that thing, and it becomes all the top actors, they go, less is more. You must admit, and those different shots you're shooting, the close shot, the mid shot, and everything else, when you get those shots, there's so much magic you can do with just little looks and a breath and that, the close-ups. And then you've got to measure your tone as an actor by what the shot is, the camera shot is. And that's that, that bond you've got to have with the director. It's very different than what you're going to have on stage. So there's all those different disciplines as an actor. And I think for me, theatre was the learning curve. And now optimizing my acting skills is through film.
We'll get back to those idiots in just a second, but first, I have to tell you about one of today's sponsors, Mudwater. Coffee and other energy drinks always just kind of made me feel jittery, not really energized or thinking clearly. But I think I found a product that fixes that. Mudwater is a coffee alternative filled with chai, cacao, lion's mane, chaga, reishi, cordyceps, turmeric, and cinnamon. Not only does Mudwater give you that morning boost that you need, but it's also packed with adaptogens, antioxidants, and all those other fancy health words that make you feel superior to your coffee drinking friends. So head on over to mudwater.com and grab you a starter kit for up to 43% off when you use the code PIE. That's MUDWTR.com. Use the code PIE. They're going to throw in free shipping, and they're going to throw in a battery-powered frother to make it frothy. But support the show. Tell them you sent us. Give them some roos. Feel better. Mushroom tea. Hell yeah.
And working with good directors and people that see it and have that magic, what way they light it and what mood they want, what shot they're shooting, the storyboard, they see it in their head already. I love it. It is magical, isn't it? But it's just there's little nuances you have to just really master and hold on to make the experience for everybody as best it can. I can't go on. I do apologize.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Yeah,
Kidding?
This is really cool.
This is the shit we love.
Yeah.
You have a crazy experience. I can't even fathom that I want to touch on, and that is you had left an area from Afghanistan that you had worked in, and then your son served in the same place and called you from there.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I was experienced. I mean, I wasn't going to say about this, but obviously, when my last tour in Afghanistan, I literally just came back from, and within 2 or 3 months, my son was going out to his first tour in Afghanistan
As a commando.
when in another
In
commando unit.
in a recce unit.
Yeah, in the reconnaissance element of a commando unit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
a very
he's- yeah.
trained person.
Yeah, he is, but he was a very young person as well. But it's a reality because you think. I mean, and I can only think about as he grew up. Just listening to we'd have barbecues in the back garden, or my friends and that would be around, and we'd be all those stories. Those dates would come out. All those stories about operations, about life or death, about contacts, firefights, this and that, and he's grown up with that, and he.
That's something
that as
I
well.
now like thinking back now, because I grew up with my dad around all of his military buddies, and I can think now of all the things that I wish I would have just sat and listened to. Like, I would love to go back and just sit and listen to them chop it up. Like, and I kind of am like, oh man, like that was one of those things you just blew off as a kid. And now I'm like, I wish I was a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
At my own dad's parties.
But with that, Jared, as well. But it's the story in it, and it's like we said about film or theatre or anything. It's always about it's the story. It's the dit. So when your father, your parents, now they're telling the story, and when you're younger, you used to just listen, didn't you? And you think it's such a human thing because this has happened around a campfire from day one when human beings became conscious of being human beings. It's always been stories, and it's always been around a fire, and you'd look up to the elders as they told stories now. And it's just fundamentally human beings. So everything you just said there, that's why I'm an actor, because it's so important. It's all about the story. And this is another thing that goes on to the egos. You must admit, when you work with actors, they've got egos, or anybody in the industry who've got egos, you're like, they are proper, we call them bell ends. They are proper, like, cocks of the highest order, aren't they?
Yes.
And you're just going, why are you like that? It's nothing to do with you. It's to do with the story.
People
That's
in the
it.
entertainment,
It's
like, this is an inherent cancer on the entertainment industry, but I will tell everyone out there, in Hollywood, they will treat you a way that they know that they are allowed to. So if you are below them, they will be fucking awful. But if there's somebody on the totem pole above them, they're bright eyes and bushy tailed.
Yeah.
And that's it. And when they move up a ladder, a new ring of people become below them, and they fucking treat them like shit.
But yeah, and that's exactly it. But they're the bad people, the good people. And I've worked with good and bad in the film industry and theatre, but more in the film industry. But the people that are good at it, and I look, I was on set with Steven Spielberg, and that man, honestly, he's a gentleman of the highest order. And it was during my actor training, I got to do some extra work, supporting actor stuff. And I got some good gigs working in Kingsman 2, Ready Player One, Mary Queen of Scots. But it was really, it was good quality, so that we say, supporting actor. And it was on set, and I was in front of Olivia Cook, and I was pressing a button. And I was standing right in front, about a foot away, a couple of feet away, and there was a big, massive boom. And this is the Formula One version of movie making. This is like Steven Spielberg, and if you Googled all his DP and all that, they were the A-team of movie making. And I'm sort of standing there, and he just said, "Can we reset?" And his first was a guy called Adam Sumner, who died not long ago. He was in
First AD.
First AD is first.
Yeah.
And he's weird because Steven Spielberg on set is called Gov, and this is because of him. Because him and Scorsese's first, God bless him, he just died this year, and he was incredible. He's funny as well. But he's a Cockney, he's abroad, and he's grown up in the whole industry of filmmaking in London. But he's the first they want. So you think of it, you got a director who's got the creative mind, and the one, this is Steven Spielberg. This is the man who made Jaws and E.T. and everything. And he's just cool, and he's just so nice, and he knows exactly what way, his film's flowing. And then he's got his first. So when he goes, right, yeah, cut, can we just reset that? Nice and polite and that. And then his first AD comes in like a Rottweiler. Okay, right, let's get it sorted. And you get it all, whoa. Is that all right, Gav, you happy? And that's it. And Steven Spielberg go, yeah, I'm happy, that's cool. And it was just wonderful watching the magic work. And I honestly had a little tap on my shoulder and I was going, and I turned around, this is God's honest truth, it's Steven Spielberg, and he went, hey, Tip, I like your rhythm, man, I like your rhythm. And honestly, see at that moment, and I'm not, remember, you think all the adventures and things I've had, and I'm never a hero worshipper. I just went, yeah, okay, Mr. Spielberg, Jesus, what do you say? What do you say? And I was just in that little moment, but such a, but I watched that magic, and I watched the way it worked, and that harmony, and there was no ego there, and he was Steven Spielberg, there was no ego there, but the magic he worked. And that, to be honest, what I found in the industry is like I found in the Corps, in the Marines. If you're a good person and you're good and you're professional and you love what you're doing, that's it. It's the story. After that is it. Then all of a sudden, and the people that are good at it, that's exactly what they do. It's not about the money. It's not about anything. It's about the story, and it's about making magic and being creative, which is the same as all this team here. That's what we do. And I love that. So people that are good at it generally are people like us. We enjoy the shits, giggles, highs, lows, and human beings. And I'm going, that is what it's about. It is, isn't it? That's not a day at work, is it? It's not a day at work.
No.
That's just
just fun.
That's just living.
Yeah.
It is. It is. I want to get back to our story though. Like you get the photo. So yes, you rotate out, and your son rotates in.
Yeah. So,
Like,
how did I get onto that other way? Oh, yeah,
I'm just saying, like, this is one of those things that I have not and probably will not ever experience this, but I can't imagine what it's like. You're a commando in a region of Afghanistan, and you come home, and then your boy is there.
Yeah.
Because you know what you just left.
Yeah.
I do, and weekend back, we were very fortunate. We had a very, very busy tour, and we brought all our guys back, and it was a pretty hard, kinetic tour as well.
You were with the Gurkhas too, right?
My son did.
Okay, because those are some fighters.
Yeah, they are. They're incredible guys. But also the benefit with the Gurkhas in Afghanistan. I've got a good friend who massively promotes the assistance he got with his commando unit with them was that the Gurkhas culturally were so linked into Afghanistan, and they also spoke Urdu, and they were able, not Pashtun, but they were able to communicate. But culturally, they were really, really good. And the big thing, which is important, I think, is they empathize in a lot of way with the cultures that they were working with. and they were really good at that. But when my son rotated in, when I came out a few months back, and then my son obviously went off on his first tour, and I just remember, I'll tell you that the call, when you go into theatre for UK forces, you do a phase called the RSOI phase, and it's just you get yourself in, you get yourself acclimatized, you do some PT, carrying your kit, getting up. It's going into the warm season or cold season. That was generally our tours we were doing, and you get your weapons zeroed, you get yourself all you start getting all the different types of munitions you're going to put down the range. You get all that done. You got 2 weeks, and then you dispatched off onto your first tasking. And he called us, a couple of weeks, and I know a couple of weeks coming down, and he phoned us up. He couldn't say what was happening or anything. He just went, and he just sounded like a little 10-year-old boy again, just going, "Oh, Mum, Dad, I might not be able to." It's quite emotional. I might be able to chat to you for a wee while. We're really busy at the minute, so I'm. He knows that I know that. Obviously, he's gone out on the task. He's always gone on the first thing, and he's obviously in a reconnaissance element, so I know what he's doing. And then we didn't hear from him, but it was quite emotional for us at the time because, I'd a lot of scrapes, and really theoretically and probably practically,
Denied
I
life.
shouldn't be alive, and you can't help but feel whether you're religious or not, just that. You've always got to pay the ferryman. You've always got to pay your dues. And if I've cheated death, does the ferryman take from somewhere else then? And really, that guilt and horror that maybe my 18-year-old son could be taken. Remember, his great-grandfather, my great-grandfather, his great-great-grandfather, he died in the Battle of the Somme with the Royal Irish, and he died his first battle 6 days into the Battle of the Somme. And he was 22 years old. And then my grandmother was born 2 weeks after, he died. And you look at, it's that never ending. Where is it? It's just
Where's the tax?
Where's the tax?
Yeah.
And where's it? I mean, I've got away with too much here. Is the tax going to be paid? So, and then we never heard anything for 3 weeks. And that 3 weeks, even though you're working, you carry on with life and everything else and that, but you couldn't help. It was just there all the time. And then the phone went, and I was in with my wife, and she picked up the phone. She's like, "Oh, all right, it's all right." She goes, and then she looked at me like that, with straight eyes, just looked at me and went, "Speak to your father." And I was like, going, right? I was like, "Oh, all right, Tom, how's it going?" And he goes, yeah. And then Tom just goes, yeah, Mum says I sounded a bit more upbeat, but like, Dad, we've been in contact every day. We had 2 suicide bombers. They've been, wars and this and that. And I'm going, Tom, you do not tell your mother that. You can tell me that, but you do not tell your mother that. It was important. But it was lovely hearing his voice again, but it was just that the realization.
Do not tell your mother that you're fighting every day in a gunfight with the Afghanis.
But Dave, you said that as well, don't you? You do not mention that to
You lie until you come home. Then when you're sitting on your family couch telling stories, then you can tell the real story. But until then, it's super quiet.
Yeah,
You even said his very first mission, he expended 16 40-millimeter grenades. You want to talk about a first mission?
His first patrol, like he bought. Well, that happened. That was quite. The reason I found out about that is when he come back.
That's cutting your teeth.
Yeah, I mean that is cutting your teeth. When we come back, my youngest son hadn't joined the Marines yet, but we had a fathers and sons day at 4-2 Commando, and we were up and we're using one of the ranges, the air. We'd like a GPMG or M240, you call it.
Okay, yeah.
That and our personal weapons and pistols, but they're all gas operated. The old computer screens. You're firing that. I had my sons and my father-in-law and my son-in-laws. And we're there all part of this Fathers and Sons Day in the mess, and we were doing it. And Kieran, the youngest one, he plays a lot of computer games, so he was calling the GPMG. He was calling the M240 because he'd done Call of Duty and all this sort of stuff. So he was giving it, it's the M240. I said, no, it's a GPMG because Americans call it M240. We call it GPMG. So he was doing that and firing it, and then the scores come up, and Kieran, the youngest son, he got the highest score, and he's like, like that. Obviously, his dad's a Marine, his big brother's a Marine. He's like giving the old, "Oh, I got the highest score," and Tom just went, "Yeah, I'm not bothered really. My first patrol, I fired 18 40-mil grenades and 200 rounds or something."
Yeah, that's cool that you scored on the game, kid.
Kieran's like, But he's obviously went on to do what he wants to do as well. Like, but with Thomas, it was just that was his very first patrol. Literally, he arrived in his CP. They went outside the wire, just doing a clearance, and he was in contact straight away. 18 years old, from 3 firing points, having to break contact. That's his first time. And then, so one minute he's like 10 years old in a back garden with me and my mates. The next thing he's there experiencing it firsthand, and that. You must admit, when you've been through that sort of thing, it's a very, very hard thing for a parent to see their loved ones involved in that sort of thing. And it is, and the way things are in the world today, it's just, there's so many families and people around the world with loved ones, they're having to do that day in, day out. No matter where you're from or anything, it's still
hot
a hard
damn.
thing, isn't it?
Like him now, though, he's probably a deadly motherfucker.
Yeah, but that's when we don't mention him now. Let's just move on from that. They're doing their thing now.
I'm just saying, when your first trip is that hot, like you get good real fast, or you don't get.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's wild.
Awesome.
Such a wild experience.
And I'm lucky because we still have them. And,
yeah.
But it's still,
because he's good.
All of us will have that little. Yeah. Do I still own the tax? Does the ferryman still waiting for me? So it's just one of those things, isn't it?
No, it's still so. And then so last night we dove into kind of all of our productions and stuff like that, and kind of showed all the stuff Heather and him do, like all this fun, wild shit, and all the stuff that we do independently back here. Like,
but that honestly, Joe, you got to understand it. It's that journey. Yours is in the States, and it's that parallel journeys, but all the stuff that you guys were making, and just that, it's that sense of, I'd say, expeditionary warfare, but it's not. You're in the industry. You're making your own stuff. You're thinking about it. You're creating. You're just planning things. And that is the magic. That is wonderful. And that coming here and mixing with you guys and your team, it's just been brilliant.
And it'll be forever.
Yeah.
Like we're talking, like you guys should come here once a quarter just to create. Act.
Yeah.
Like we have the cameras, we have the stuff, we have the land, we have the props.
I know.
Like, so you can go home and write to this and come out and jump in with us. And honestly, like, your band that you brought here, like this group of guys, like they have a lot to offer. Like right as we're walking out of here, Sully's telling me, I've got a warehouse and staff. Why can't we distribute Black Rifle in the UK? Well, you can if you have a warehouse.
But Jared, and that's all. And I'm not a businessman. I'm an actor, but I'm not going. We like Sully, with Tom and Steve and that. We all come from a similar place, but we're all individuals. But the creative individuals, and that magic isn't. It's never down one pipeline, is it? It's just there. Those fingers go out and you create magic things. Even Black Rifle industry now going, it's knowing people, it's networking, it's making things happen. It's not, irrelevant of anything of financial. It's just making things happen. And people are getting things they want, experiences they want, the vision they see, the coffee they drink, everything. It's just those. I'm going, nobody's fault, nobody's losing out here. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it really,
that's awesome.
It might be jet lag though. It might be just talking out of me.
I still got the toilet paper in my eyes.
Or I might have been watching Ireland play rugby this morning and drinking Guinness, which is quite special.
Hey,
we're not sponsored by Guinness.
Nothing I love more than walking into my bar at 9 a.m. seeing guys watching rugby and drinking already. That got me excited for the day, Caleb.
I bet.
I can't believe
Especially with Guinness. Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Can't beat a bit of genius for breakfast.
Yeah.
Guinness and black pudding. So pig's blood and Guinness. Oh, that's food from heavens.
Combo. Okay. Okay.
Gods.
All right. We'll try.
That sounds like afternoon heartburn for sure.
Yeah, we absolutely have to take advantage of having these guys here.
Yeah.
To just throw them, like I was even thinking, like I thought it would be funny with them dressed up as the Sunray crew, like blowing through the door and Heather's tied up like a hostage, but then she's like, no, I don't want to be saved.
No, please don't.
She's like, this is no, we're doing. They're like, no, we're here to save you. She's like, no. You like peek out, like, are you ready? Hey, look at these guys. She's like, You gotta go away. You gotta go away. This is fine. This is fine.
This is what I want.
It's just
Paying a lot of money for this. You are ruining it.
Coming out with a bunch of like
whoa! I didn't know that.
bunch of whips and stuff.
No.
Wait.
It's it, creative minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that? And then we've got all the airsoft guns and stuff. So hopefully we don't get wise and put batteries in them and ammo, because then that's going to be dangerous with all of us here.
What kind of batteries do those take?
They're huge.
You like-
They're like those big, like professional RC car batteries.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Are they like the lipo batteries that can burn your house down if you charge
Oh,
them wrong?
yeah.
Hell yeah, these things will burn a house.
Oh
down.
yeah. Have you seen have you felt these guns? Have you picked them up?
Yeah, they're legit. The only thing that feels not real about them is like the buttons on the optics.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
kind of
the
cheesy, but
optics
everything
on it,
else is spot on.
Sure, yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
they'll fire a lot of BBs.
They're movie weapons, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
airsoft.
pretty much, yeah.
But with right, and no compromise. But obviously, when you make film and with digital media, that understanding of how you can VFX and make these things, those airsoft weapons can be as magical and
my
realistic
God.
as you
Oh,
can.
yeah.
You can make them.
Like,
Yeah.
look at that Barrett in there.
Yeah.
No one would ever know that that's not a real Barrett.
Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, and it's
I'm pretty sure that those people that showed up earlier today
Like,
had no clue that those were all fake guns. They probably were just like, "Oh wow, an arsenal on a stage in a bar in someone's house." I'm very confused. Where was I invited to?
and then there was an Irish bloke drinking Guinness watching rugby. 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, this guy just has 4 Brits in his house just fucking watching rugby.
Are you like on file with the local police department if like someone reports something? Like just no.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a code word.
Oh, you have a
got
distress
You can't
word?
say it now.
I got a code word with the sheriffs, with Kendall County sheriffs, so I can never be swatted. So if they call 911 and they're like, "I'm Jared Taylor, I'm going to swat him," and they go, the 911 operator's response is like, "Cool, what's the code word?"
Yeah.
And they go,
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, shut up,
Hang up. He's fine.
yeah." See, I came up
Obviously,
with
we
that,
can't
by
say
the
it
way.
here, but I want to know what your code word is because
Well,
I guarantee it's
I
ridiculous.
came up with that, by the way.
That's
Because
fine.
after Donut got swatted again,
Yeah.
I called the sheriff and I was like, "Hey, if this is fucking a trend, I go, here's how we take it out. Here's my code word."
Yeah.
If it's for real, I'm sending a dick pic.
Yeah. help. Here's
No
my
dick
penis.
pic, no SWAT.
Well, we're taking you to the Alamo tomorrow because you really wanted to see it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Jack's gonna, yeah.
Of course, Jack.
Oh, it'll be good with Jack.
Yeah.
Without Jack, it'll just be like, this is a cool gift shop.
Yeah.
Jack will make it good.
Jack
Yeah.
will have a blast.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of places to find Guinness down there too. So
Oh, yeah.
that'd be fun.
I don't need Guinness all the time.
Hey,
Just on
come
special
on.
occasions.
Okay, okay.
You know what I mean,
Don't ruin it for us. We like the fact
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like,
I live
"I'll
on
run
it.
on
I live on
Guinness."
it. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
water, dude. It's water for you. Yeah.
Sunray is available on Amazon and on iTunes. You buy
Amazon, iTunes,
Yeah,
Apple,
just buy it.
Well,
Don't
iTunes
read
is
it.
Apple,
Virgin, Fandango.
Yeah,
but buy it.
Yeah,
it's like it's only like
commit.
$6 or $7.
yeah.
too.
Come
It's not-
on,
it's
you can
10
you can find that.
Yeah,
in
it
your
really.
couch.
These guys crowdfunded this. They're doing it themselves. Like, go watch the movie. It's great. Like, I loved the movie. Again, like I only know these guys because I watched the movie because I
And
bought
loved it.
and then researched all of them in the credits. And it's the same way I met Ross.
Makes
I
sense. Yeah.
I'd say it is because it's a human story. It's an action thriller. We all know we come from that background we're from, but it is really so deep and so human. It is.
It's
I think
John Wick meets Taken, but with like Tears of the Sun.
Yeah, you can put it like that. Yeah.
I'm revengeful because you killed my daughter, but I have an entire SEAL team that's going to kill all of you.
It is, but there's little fingers and pies you're going.
Well, I'm not giving those away.
Yeah, yeah,
I know.
yeah.
That's the thing. I'm telling them I'm doing that on purpose
No, I like it. I like
because
it.
the twist at the end is. I think
Shut the fuck up, dude.
You sold me at fingers and pies. I like that.
Come on. Damn. Well,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Thank
This
you,
was
Tip.
awesome. Thanks so much for coming
Thanks
on,
very much.
dude. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was great. Yeah. We'll see
I'm
you
sorry
guys.
for the little rat runs that go down. It's just the way my mind goes.
fine.
It's
No,
creative
that was
mind.
very cool, and I think our listeners will be really interested in that as well.
These are
Yeah.
great
And
stories.
also, have you met this one? Like, we stayed pretty on topic comparatively.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Has he done well? Has he?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He interrupts himself sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, this was too cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks, brother.
Heck yeah.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, yeah.